Whether it's a product for home or business, farm or factory, you can be sure if it's Westinghouse.
Teterboro, this is Nan Charlie 551. How's the weather down there? We got nothing else but up here.
Sailing 400. Visibility 3/4 of a mile. If it gets any worse, we'll talk you in.
We'll call you if we get feeling lonely.
Boy, can I use a night's sleep.
Sleep, a middle-aged hobby. I got a few new spots to take in before the sun pokes its pretty little nose above the National Biscuit Company. Wow!
Yeah, just remember we gotta get up at 8 tomorrow morning, Bullets.
I'll be around at 7 to wipe the sleep out of your eyes. Where you staying?
The money I got in my pocket, I gotta ask Dick Hebert to find me a cot at the Portland Plaza. Evening.
Oh, good evening, sir.
My name is Marvin Payne. Like to speak to Mr. Hebert, please.
I'm sorry, Mr. Hebert won't be in until 11 tonight. May I help you?
Well, I'm looking for a place to sleep. Mr. Hebert usually finds something for me.
Well, I can give you a suite on the 10th floor. The whole trouble is you'll have to be up by 9 in the morning, Mr.
Be out
Payne.
at 7.
The rate on that is $30.
Well, Mr. Hebert usually gives me kind of a special rate.
Oh, pardon me, Mr. Bascom. Good evening.
Good evening. Have you my reservation?
Yes, of course, sir. Pardon
We
me,
could
please.
just get this rate thing...
Forgive me. If you finished with the pen. Is everything ready?
Everything, sir. 10:03 for Mr. Bascom, please.
Yes.
Now, if you could just give me the key to my room and check with Mr. Hebert later.
Well, that isn't customary, but... Well, I suppose...
And don't bother. I'm used to carrying this by myself. Up, please. Come on up. Pen, please.
Tenth floor.
Henry,
Yes?
do you really think that...
Well, what is it, my dear?
Well, I just thought, don't you think it'd be a lot more fun if we went out somewhere to eat tonight?
Oh, but I've ordered something brought up to us here.
Yes, I know, Henry. You've told me 3 or 4 times, but I
Now
still
come
think
inside, my dear, where we can discuss it.
But-
That's not here in the hall.
But, Henry, I don't want to go inside until it's settled. It's very
As far as I'm
important to me.
concerned, my dear, it is settled, and I certainly don't intend to stand here. Now, come on.
Henry, you're hurting my arm.
I'm very sorry, my
I
dear, but
don't-
this is
Hold
a
on a minute. Just a minute. It looks to me like this young lady doesn't want to go in there with you.
I beg your pardon?
Not supposed to drag girls into hotel rooms. Not unless they want to be dragged, that is.
Will you please go away?
No, I don't think I will.
Very well. If you insist.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry. I didn't mean for anyone to get hurt.
Come along, my dear.
Good evening. This is room 1001. I'd like to leave a call for 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. And mark it special, will you? Thank you.
Just a minute. I went until I turned down the rate. Yes, dear.
Mustn't we have that thing on so loud?
But I just turned it down.
Yes, I know.
I was on the point of pouring the wine. I apologize for that incident out there. It was regrettable. I think a little wine and we'll both feel better. Now, I would say a toast is in order, wouldn't you?
Thanks.
Here's to us and to our future. Together forever.
I'm sorry, Henry. I just can't do it. I can't stay here with you any longer.
What are you talking about?
There's no use pretending, Henry. Our marriage just hasn't worked out.
Hasn't worked out? Well, but how could it? We've only been married a few hours.
Oh, yes, I know, Henry, but a few more hours and we'd have a lot more to regret than we have right now.
Oh, now this is nonsense, Diane. Now, come over here and sit down and relax. That's a girl. And here, have a little wine. And I'm sure we'll find there's nothing more than some delayed infantile response.
Oh, don't say it, Henry. You sound just like a psychologist.
Well, as a matter of fact, I am a bit of a psychologist, in an amateur sort of way, of
Yeah,
course.
they're all amateurs as far as I'm concerned, almost as bad as parrots.
Whatever has been done to you, Diane, to make you so childishly bitter?
They all advised me to marry you.
Well?
Yes, it's true. They said you were so suitable and reliable, and that I was so insecure and unreliable. Well, it's true. I have broken off an awful lot of engagements, but at least I had the sense to do it before I got in a position like this. I've never made this much of a fool of myself on my own.
Well, but what kind of fool do you think this makes of me?
Really, Henry, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. As soon as this comes out, everyone will blame that rich, spoiled, impossible-delivered girl, and all the sympathy will go to you.
I don't want their sympathy. I want you.
Henry, you're shouting.
Of course I am. Haven't I every reason?
Very well. But I'll say what I have to say just the same. When two people aren't right for each other, they just aren't right, and nothing can make them right. So if you don't mind, we'll just end this vulgar row right now, and I'll go get my things and leave.
I certainly do mind. You're my wife.
Oh, you'll find someone, Henry, in no time at all.
What kind of a man do you think I am?
I don't know.
What was that?
Don't you touch me, Henry.
Touch you?
Henry, you
I'm
know
a
Henry
good
always
wife.
is that.
Now listen, you stop this nonsense and listen to me.
No, you listen to me.
Lady, could I ask? Hey, just a minute.
Quick, here he comes. Thanks for coming to my rescue. I was in terrible trouble.
You were? What are you going to do? Maybe I ought to call you a house
Oh,
detective.
no, please don't do that. That would only make it worse.
Would, huh?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Well, why don't you sit down a minute, catch your breath.
Thanks.
Who is this guy, anyway?
Oh, he's he's just a man I know. He got sort of involved before I knew how involved it was getting. It's not very easy to explain.
Well, you don't have to explain, really. It's an old story.
It is?
Oh, sure. Small-town girl comes to New York. You're from out of town, aren't you?
Yeah, we are.
Well, the way it generally goes is she comes to New York, is going to be a big success. An actress, a model or something. Then she doesn't get all the breaks she should, and pretty soon things begin to get a little rough. Then here comes your friend there. He's rich and smooth and married, probably, right?
He is in a way.
Well, then he makes a big pitch for this girl, and he buys her a few things, and he promises her a few more, and then winds up like this.
Sounds pretty sordid, doesn't it?
Miss, if you want to take my advice, you go on back home just as fast as you can.
Oh, no, I can't do that. You see, well, I'll just sit here a little while, and then after a while, maybe I'll sneak out.
Like that?
Oh, no, I don't suppose I can.
Sure can. Let's see. Guess the best thing for me to do would be to curl up here on the sofa. I got to get up early in the morning anyway.
Oh, no, I don't think that would be right.
Why not? That'd leave the bedroom for you. There's a lock on the door.
I don't think I'll need it.
I'll just clear out my stuff.
Are you with one of the airlines?
Yeah, I'm Payne here. I'm Mark Payne. I'm president.
Oh, I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
Well, that's entirely possible. We're just two-engine stuff right now. A lot of us who were in the war together pooled what we had and went into business.
I think that was very enterprising of you.
Well, there it is. It's all yours. Oh, by the way, what's your name?
Dottie Ward.
How do you do, Miss Ward? Night. Night.
Excuse me, but I guess I'm a little more upset than I thought. I wondered, do you happen to have any sort of sleeping pills with you?
Oh, I should have some in my bag here. We generally carry some and for use in emergencies.
Oh, that should be fine.
Yeah, but they're powerful. Be careful.
Will I see you in the morning?
Well, I kind of doubt it. I'll be out early.
Well, in that case, thanks for everything, and goodbye.
Good night, Miss Ward.
Goodbye. Excuse me. There's no glass in the bathroom with the sleeping pills. I could get water, but no glass.
What?
Do you know where I could get a glass? There's none in the bathroom for the pills. For water? Oh, thank you. Well, I'll turn out the light for you. Good night.
Hi, Marv. Just came on and heard you moved in.
Oh, hi, Dick.
Thought I'd come up and chew the fat with you for a while. They fix you up all right?
Oh, yeah, sure, great.
I ran into Johnny Matthews today. He was telling me that, say, you're not planning to sleep here, are you? There's a bedroom, you know.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't want to muss it up.
Oh, that's silly, pal. Make
Oh, no,
yourself
Dick, really, I'm fine right here.
Oh,
Really.
there's a honey. It's one of...
There's a telephone. Gotta be for you. I'm not expecting anybody.
Oh, maybe. Dick Hebert. Oh, all right. Be right down. Some drunken party down on the 6th. I'll stop by in the morning and have breakfast with you.
Oh, fine, Dick, fine.
Say, you know, you're a fool not to try that bed.
Night.
Night.
Miss Ward. Miss Ward. The manager will be up in the mornings.
do you do, sir? Sorry to wake you at this early hour, but I'm collecting funds for pilots. These fellas are punch-drunk, nerve-wracked, old before their time, forced to continue their loathsome profession long after they should retire and pursue some harmless hobby. And boy, did I pursue my hobby last night.
Good morning.
It's 7 o'clock. You know, Prexy, you don't live right. You gotta get out, mix with people. Quit being a hermit. Hey, Dick didn't fix you up so good, I see. What's the matter with the bedroom?
Oh, no.
Some hermit, you.
You're not going to believe this, but this girl's a complete stranger to me. She ran in here last night asking for help.
And you helped her. She looks awful limp. She couldn't be dead, could she?
Oh, no. Of course not. I just gave her a sleeping pill.
It looks to me like she took more than one.
Think you want to wake her up? Dottie? Miss Ward.
She's still breathing. Hey, Dottie!
This is ridiculous.
Hey, you better let me handle this. I've had more experience than you with unconscious dames. You go get some clothes on.
Okay, but no rough stuff, understand?
Sure. Okay, sweetheart, wake up and say hello to Uncle Bullets. Hey, do you hear me? Hey, do you? Hey, Prexy, when you travel, you sure travel in sea-like circles. This is strictly four-motor stuff. Wow. Okay, now, sweetheart, see if you can hold together now. Come on. Hey, she must have taken a whole bottle.
What? How's she doing?
Hooray, we made it.
Oh,
Oh, there she goes again. Come on, let's get her on her feet.
Get rid of it, whoever it is.
You just leave it to Uncle Bullets.
Good morning, Mr. Payne.
Morning.
Dick!
Bullets, glad to see you. Say, this is just like old times.
Morning, Dick.
So that's it. I might have guessed last night you were trying to pull something like this. What's wrong with her?
She's doped.
Doped? You doped her?
No, she just got a sleeping pill. Dick, I realize this looks kind of odd, but...
But please, don't insult my intelligence trying to explain.
And now look, now that you're here, Dick, and everything's straightened out, Marv and I will be running along. You see what...
Oh, no, you don't. Just stay right here, both of you. Don't leave any unconscious female on my hands. You don't leave this hotel unless she leaves with you.
Well, we can't take her out like that.
Well, get something else for her to wear.
Don't you worry about me. Perfectly all right.
There she goes again.
Now, look, miss, listen to me. Where would you like the boys to take you?
California.
Oh, no, Miss
Hey,
Ward,
she
we
can't do
couldn't.
I want to go as far away from New York as possible. You understand, Mark? After last night, you were so wonderful.
She means she wants to get away and get a fresh start. Gabby, here's $10. Will you take this lady wherever she wants to go when she wakes up? Hi, Jack.
Where you guys been? I thought you wanted to take off early.
So did we.
Got a little tied up getting out of the hotel. How's the load?
I got you a couple of £1,000 extra. Magazines, paper clips, a coffin to be delivered to the Garden of the Immortals by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and a llama.
A what?
It's set to open the show tomorrow. We promised to deliver on time and in good health.
But what suppose if its weather is bad?
Well, you know.
I'll tell you, if he gives you any trouble, just give him a little milk, that's all. Pat him on the head and call him Senor.
She woke up?
Oh, no,
Do you know that cab driver was going to take me all the way back to New York?
Yeah, I gave him $10 to take you where you wanted to go.
Well, but you know where I want to go. I want to go to California. I know I don't have enough money to pay.
Well, it's not a question of money, Miss Ward. You see, we're just a cargo outfit. We can't take passengers. Mr. Samuels, meet Miss Ward. He's executive in charge of problems like yours.
Oh, how do you do, sir? There must be some way that they could do it,
Of course, if you were booked on as personnel.
There, you see?
Okay, Miss Ward.
You better find your flight plan, Marvin. There's $100 due on the gas.
Bullets has got it for you.
It's just the trouble. I don't.
Gave it to you last night.
Yeah, I know, but you see, I got in a little over my head, and before I knew it, it was all gone. But why worry about that? They'll book us for it.
Yeah, I don't know. They've been cracking down on that stuff.
Well, that's great. Well, all we can do is come on out and try. You stay put inside that plane here.
Oh, I see. Okay. What are you doing here? Hello.
Excuse me. Does this plane carry passengers, do you know?
Well, it's not supposed to. Why?
Well, it's just that my husband here is in a terrible position. He has to get to California by tomorrow, and all the regular lines are booked solid.
I see.
Well, he'd be perfectly willing to pay
How much?
$100.
Considering the spot you're in, yes, of course.
Here you are.
Oh, thank you. May you get in and get out of sight.
Oh, gladly. Well, goodbye, May.
Call me when you get there.
I will. Oh, goodness. Is that a coffin?
Oh, yes, but don't worry about it. It's only there for 24 hours.
What are we doing now?
Sorry, Marvin. There's too many black men abusing the privilege, I guess.
I could go in town and try to raise it, but that would take 2 or 3 hours.
What's the matter? Wouldn't they trust you?
Nope.
Well, I hadn't wanted to do it, but it's all I had but this help.
Where'd you get this?
In the pocket of this jacket.
$100 in my pocket?
Here, Jack, take this and settle up for us, will you?
Oh, thanks.
Okay, here we go in the light gray yonder. You start the motors, Prexy. I'll close her up.
Can I help?
You've done enough. And don't tell me how, lady. I don't want to hear it. Chicago, here we come.
Now that you've seen part 1 of 10,000 Horses Singing, let's turn to our Westinghouse program. Follow the simple directions. Say, looks like we're going to get a new cake recipe. And now let's return to Westinghouse Studio 1 and 10,000 Horses Singing.
But there must be some better place for a man to hide than back of a coffin.
Oh, I don't know. He might have been a very respectable citizen. Hey, Duck.
Hi, having a comfortable trip? Just trying to be polite.
He doesn't speak English so good yet. Where are we?
20 minutes out of Chicago.
How long are we going to be there?
Oh, half hour, maybe less.
Gee, we're got a pretty tight schedule, don't you?
You got to if you're going to get anywhere in this business.
Where do you want to get?
Well, I figure, according to my schedule, about 4 years from now, I should be able to have a family and get married, about 1956.
You don't figure anything might happen to upset that schedule?
Not if you don't let it happen. All I need is a little money in the bank, then I'll be able to start thinking about things like that.
Money's no ticket to heaven, you know.
It'd buy clean air or a 4-motor ship, and that'd be close enough to heaven for me.
You're wonderful. You know, I've never been able to make a 5-minute plan for myself and stick to it.
It's all in knowing what you want and setting out to get it. Hey, that coffin didn't get banged around, did it?
What? Oh, that foot. Oh, that's been there ever since we took off. I think he was a very tall man.
Oh. He isn't just tall. He isn't even dead. What's the matter? Air bad in there?
Oh, Marv, I'd like you to meet Mr. Casson. He's going all the way to California with us.
Oh, really?
Yes, he paid for gasoline. He was very nice about it.
Don't tell me that you sold him space on this plane.
Oh, well, yes, in a way. You see, he was desperate, and well, so are we, and I figured 2 passengers couldn't get you any more trouble than 1.
You know that you could get us grounded for this? We could lose our license.
Well, you'd have been grounded if you didn't have any gasoline, too.
Well, too late now, I suppose. Fasten your seatbelts. We'll be coming in soon. Coming into Chicago. Just thought you might want to know. Yep. You can stretch your legs if you want.
Hey, Steve.
Not
Got the
you.
truck waiting. We got to fill her up in 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're ready.
Oh, Steve, this is Miss Ward. She's personnel.
Oh, how do you do, sir? Is there a telephone nearby? I'd like to make a phone
Yeah,
call.
right over there. There's the whole roll.
Fine, thank you.
Steve, my boy, what do you got for me now?
Oh, about 1,000 pounds. Got a consignment of lake fish for you. They got to be there by noon before the ice melts.
Well, let me take a look.
Now, Uncle Archie, don't ask so many questions. Yes, I need some money. Of course it's an emergency. Oh, about a couple thousand. And you better send it in a car right away. And I'm at the airport, and we're on a very tight schedule. Oh, you're a lamb, Uncle Archie. Bye-bye.
That the last of it?
Yeah, that's it. Gas is in. Hey, Ma, we got rough weather going into Kansas City. Where's Dottie?
Not back yet.
Hello.
Hi.
You fellas come in from New York about a half hour ago?
That's right.
Anybody with you? Passengers, I mean?
No, we're just a small cargo outfit.
Well, sometimes people have reasons for using cargo planes. It happens we're looking for a brunette, about 28, 5'4", about 110 pounds. There might be a man with her. Mustache, glasses, about 45.
You mean a brunette about so high?
That's right.
Cute figure?
Yes.
No, we haven't seen her.
Quite a joker, aren't you?
What do you want those two for?
A little matter of embezzlement. About 50,000 bucks worth.
Well, I guess we better close her up. She's late. It's too bad. We got to beat that hunk of weather into Kansas City.
Oh, here
I'm sorry. Did I hold you up?
Just in time.
But just what were you doing?
Well, I had to make a couple phone calls, but I got enough to pay for my fare.
But you said you didn't have any money.
Oh, I had a little stashed away here in Chicago.
Okay, Bullets, close her up. We're late now.
Okay. You know, Prexy, the law takes a very dim view of people who help people escape from the police. We can be hauled up as accessories after the fact.
Yeah, well, right now all I got on my mind is the weather.
Trying to stretch this run into Tulsa is kind of putting a strain on our gas, too.
Yep. See if you can get Chanute. We should be close now.
Hello, Chanute. This is Nan Charlie 551.
Exit 551, this is Chinook Radio.
Goes the antenna.
I should have listened to my mother. She wanted me to be a dentist.
Know what I think? I think we better find a hole and set down right now while we got a chance. Tell the passengers.
I'll give them that nothing to be alarmed about routine. Hey, strap your seatbelts. We're coming in.
Here we go.
Now?
Now.
Paul, come out and take a look. That plane landed out there back of the silo.
Better get on out there and
see if anybody got hurt.
Hey, Pa, can I go with you?
Yeah, but none of the rest of you. Let's not call you. Come on, Bob.
Raincoat. Pa, take careful.
I will.
Don't stay in there. Keep dry. I'll scout around, see what I can find.
Hey, you folks all right?
All in one piece.
Just had a little trouble.
Yeah, I thought so. Like they took the roof off in the house coming in. Well, maybe it'll be a shorter walk up the house. Come on in, get dried off.
Where are we?
About 40 miles north of Tulsa, more or less.
Tulsa?
Yeah. They messing with that bag board. It'll be safe enough in there.
Yeah, stick inside. You'll have enough trouble from the mud.
Think you can make it, Miss Ward?
I'll make it.
A man or a woman?
Woman.
Getting hard to tell every day. Well, come along.
You and George go in and get him ready something to put on, and Liz, go poke up the stove because they'll be wanting something hot.
Well, these folks lighted in that airship. This is my wife, Mrs. Rackman.
Howdy. Why don't you just step on inside and we'll get you some dry duds to put on, something nice and hot to eat, because we got plenty left over from supper.
Supper? Hey, that's a good word.
Well, everybody on inside.
Come on.
Oh, no, you kids go on inside now. Don't stay out here cold, damp, wet.
Oh, never mind the mud, miss. Just come on in.
Mrs. will have a dress for you to put on.
Oh, come on, dearie. We got something to look.
Oh, Mr. Rackman, hope you got a telephone nearby. I got to phone this emergency landing into Tulsa.
Oh, sure, right out here in the hall.
Oh, fine.
There it is.
Somebody on the line.
What are they saying?
Fella talking about bad back.
Better or worse?
Worse?
No, I'll be Judd Tavis. Let me have it. Oh, Judd. Yeah, this is Matt. Hey, look, get off the line, will you? We got a very important call to make to Tulsa. Never mind, you'll hear it in a minute. There you are.
Thanks. Hello, I want the municipal airport in Tulsa, please. Sure, Bobby. I'll show you everything we got on board.
Time for bed. Too many young folks up here. Should be there now. Line up, kiss your on, and get. Go on, hold fast, will you?
No, siree.
Good night, Mom.
Good night, Wanda, dear.
Good night.
Good night, Bobby.
Night,
Good night, Mary Lou.
Hey, you're getting there too, Vincent. Go on.
Good night, Mom.
Good night, fellas.
Good night, Mom.
Good night, Minerva.
Good night, Mom.
Good night, baby.
Night.
Oh, my word. Well, I'll be taking little Pauline now, man, if you like.
Thank you, Ella.
Here we go.
Here, bundle up.
It's a baby. I'm going to take her upstairs. I'll be down in a minute.
All right, you do that.
You all right, Mr. Casson?
It's just that I'm a family man myself, and it sort of reminded me.
Oh, is that so?
I've got 2 boys and a girl. The girl is just a baby.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Well, maybe you'd like to hold little Pauline while I go finish the dishes.
Well, I believe I would. Rock-a-bye, baby. In the
Right nice family you got, Mr. Rackman.
It will be when we get finished with it. We're just getting started. I guess I'll go out and take a look at the weather.
I think I'll go with you.
Hey, come on.
Isn't she just a doll? She's so sweet, she never utters a word.
Here. Let me help.
Oh, thanks a lot, dear.
Oh, but I don't want to get a spot on Wanda's dress. She was so cute to lend it to me.
Well, looks better on you, does on her, I think.
Such a big family must keep you awfully busy, Mrs. Rackman.
Oh, it sure does, but I don't mind. I don't know what else there is in life for a woman besides helping her man and raising a few kids.
Does it keep you happy?
I reckon so. I'm generally too busy to be thinking about it. What's the matter, dearie? Don't you have nothing to keep you happy?
Oh, I don't really know.
Well, did you ever think about getting married?
Oh, sure, too often. It's not that easy, I find.
What on earth's hard about it?
Well, just never been able to make up my mind, I guess.
Oh, well, if it comes to making up your mind, you got the wrong man. Them kind of things you know straight off.
You mean you knew from the very first time you ever met him?
Well, now, I wouldn't say that. I knew from the first time I kissed him.
I've kissed dozens of men. Never did a thing for me. I never got any message.
Oh, you will, you will. When you kiss the right man.
Well, she's clearing up real fast.
Yeah, seems to be.
I'll be pretty good flying weather by tomorrow. You figure you can get that airplane of yours up off in my field?
Yeah, I think so. If I can get a tractor to haul me up onto dry land. It's pretty muddy down in that field.
Yeah, I got one.
Oh, fine. No, I think I'll take a look down there and check around. I sleep better knowing everything's all right.
Sure enough.
Can I go with you?
Well, pretty muddy down in that field.
Oh, I don't mind. I might be able to help. I'll get on my boots.
I just might need this here flashlight.
Oh, thanks. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
My land. For all these young people flying through the air at umpteen miles an hour, they sure slow down when they reach dry land.
What's trouble now?
I don't know where their gumption is. Why, those two young folks are so in love, they're tripping over one another, and neither one of them's gotten around to kissing the other yet. How long did it take you, Pop?
Oh, about 15 minutes, as I remember. And, of course, you give me a lot of cooperation.
Well, I figure life's too short to be going around wasting time playing coy.
Yeah, sometimes on nights like tonight, it's just nice to kind of stand and look.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Now I made up my mind this wasn't going to happen.
Did you want it to happen?
Yes, I wanted it all along.
Afraid it might upset your schedule, didn't it?
It'll sure do that. No, it just kind of complicates things a little bit.
Complicate things for me, too.
Yeah, I guess it will. You sure you don't want to talk to somebody about it?
Not tonight, Marv. Not
No, it
tonight.
might be better if you got it off your chest. I know a girl who's been up against it all her life. Money gets to be kind of important, gets to be kind of security.
Yeah, but there comes a time when a girl wants to take a chance. That's why I'm here with you now. It's the greatest risk I've ever taken.
Now, if we go on this way, we're not going to get anywhere at all.
You sure?
You know, awful lot of trouble starts this way.
I know.
Well, God made women. I suppose he had some reason in mind. Sooner or later, guys got to find out what it was.
Sooner, please.
And now let's pause a moment. We return now to Westinghouse Studio 1 and 10,000 Horses Singing.
Thank you, dear. There we are. Oh, good morning, Mr. Castle. Did you get yourself a good sleep?
No, not very. I was restless.
Oh,
What time is it?
well, it's about 6 o'clock.
Oh, does that make me the first one down?
Oh, land, no. Pa and Mr. Payne have been up nearly an hour. They're out at the plate, I think.
Oh, then they're down there now.
Yeah, that's right.
I wonder if they'd mind. I believe I'll just walk down there and see them.
Well, aren't you going to stop and have a bite of breakfast first?
No, I couldn't eat anything. Not until I talked to them. Thank you, but I just couldn't.
What was he so upset about, Ma?
I don't know, dear. When a man's in that kind of state, never ask. He's liable to tell you.
Don't you bust nothing, Bob. Oh, find everything shipshape?
Yeah, I guess so. All we need now is some gas.
Well, I can take a run into Tulsa. Should have a truck out here by afternoon.
Afternoon? Why, wouldn't it be quicker to telephone, Mr. Rankle?
I sure would. After that telephone of ours comes through a storm like last night, the company kind of figures it needs a rest, so they shut it off for a couple of days. Evens up in the long run, I guess.
Well, afternoon it'll be, I guess.
Well, you two fellas can borrow my tractor to pull this thing out of the mud while I'm gone.
Right.
Excuse me. Mrs. Racknell said I'd find you both down here.
Yeah, what is it, Mr. Caslin?
I've wanted to talk to you. I've been up all night.
Whatever for?
Well, I've made a terrible fool of myself, and I'm going to need your help.
Yeah, sure. What is it?
Well, I'm in a lot of trouble. Don't ask me how I got into it. I don't know. I just know that I can't go on. I've got a family, Mr. Payne. 3 kids. Holding that little shaver last night was like rubbing salt in the wound.
Oh, she's usually better behaved than that.
No, it was just that she reminded me.
Hold on a minute, Mr. Caslin. I'm a little confused. What are you trying to say?
Well, Mr. Payne, there's a bag of mine over there. If you'll get it, I don't want to touch it. I'll show you.
This one?
That's right. In that bag is $50,000 of stolen money.
What? What on earth, Ford? You want to go and do a thing like that?
Oh, I'll let somebody talk me into it, but it's all over now. I want to give myself up. I'm ready to return every cent.
Well, that shouldn't be too hard. I'm driving into Tulsa in a few minutes. You can go on in with me. The sheriff there's a pretty nice feller.
You mean if you told him just how it happened, he might go a little easy on me?
Well, we can talk with him. Leastways, we can try.
I'd sure be grateful.
Now, grab the bag and we'll go on then.
No.
Huh?
I don't ever want to touch it again.
Well, suit yourself. Now, that don't weigh a pound under $50,000, does it?
Just a minute. I'll be right with you, Mr. Rackman.
All right.
And you're the embezzler that they were looking for in Chicago.
I guess so.
Weren't you supposed to be working with a brunette about so high?
That was my secretary. She was going to meet me in California. But, I don't know what got me there. I must have been out of my mind.
Well, that means that you never saw Miss Ward before this trip, huh?
Miss Ward?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I've seen her often. Her picture, at least. Her name's not really Ward, though.
Oh, what is it?
Well, don't tell me you didn't recognize her. Picture's been all over the papers for weeks. Her name is Dinah Dilward. She got married a few days ago. Some fellow named Bascom, I think. Guess she got tired breaking all those engagements.
I see. Well, guess we better get on back to the house.
Excuse me.
Good morning. Can I help?
Well, there's nothing to help with. Just sit and eat.
Oh. Gee, it's fine flying weather out, isn't it?
Oh, no, I haven't been off the ground yet.
Morning, Bullet. Hey, you look terrible.
I feel terrible. Every time I get a good night's sleep, I don't get over it for days.
Well, then, how do wheat cakes sound to you, Mr. Reardon?
I could be tempted. I sure could be tempted.
Coming right up.
Morning. Morning, everybody.
back here?
Yeah, you best make Mr. Caslin me a cup of coffee, Ella. We'll be going right into Tulsa right away.
Oh? Caslin, is he leaving us?
Seems like he's had a slight change of plans.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Caslin. I hear you leaving.
Oh,
Yes, I am.
well, sit right down, Mr. Cass, and have yourself some coffee.
Good morning.
Morning.
I think the air cargo business agrees with me.
Yeah?
What's wrong, Ma?
Maybe you concentrate real hard, you might be able to figure that out for yourself, Mrs. Bascom.
You found out. Well, I was going to tell you myself, Ma, but I
No need to
wanted
tell me
know
anything. You're married, that's all.
Oh, but he doesn't mean a thing to me.
Why'd you marry him then?
I just couldn't think straight. They kept pressing me, and well, it was the worst mistake I ever made, but for you and me, Marv, it's different. You've got to believe me.
Know what I believe? I believe that you're one of those rich, spoiled girls that has to have what she wants, when she wants it, no matter what.
You really believe that?
Yeah, that's what I believe. Bullets! Come on out here and help me with this tractor so we can get this plane out of here.
Sure, I'll be right with you.
Are you all ready, Mr. Caslin?
Yes, I'm ready.
Mr. Acknell, could I ask a favor of you?
Sure enough.
Well, my plans have sort of changed, too. Could I go into Tulsa with you?
Sure, come along. There's lots of room. Be right back, Ella.
Sure, dear. Thank you, Mrs. Racknell, and I'll send the dress back as soon as I can.
Oh, goodbye, dear, and good luck to you.
Thanks for everything.
Thank you for letting me hold little Pauline last night.
Oh, not at all, Mr. Caslin. It's a pleasure having you here. Have a nice trip.
Okay, let's have it all. Let's hear the worst.
It isn't good. That llama wasn't just late. He was sick. That's one soup. And the ice melted and 300 pounds of lake fish spoiled. That bill's a right smart, too. And the Garden of the Immortals has a little account for one complete funeral canceled. This is the one.
16 carriages of flowers. Who was he, anyhow?
He run the biggest dice game in Las Vegas, and the boys felt kind of bad about bumping him off.
That puts a nice crimp in our reserves.
It's just about the end of Pain Air, let's face it.
What about the other planes? Curly, how about you? What did you and Don bring out of Mexico City?
Brought out a good load, all right. The best so far.
Okay, that should keep our heads above water.
Yeah, if we had it.
What happened?
Well, we ran into a pretty bad ground fog right outside of Hermosillo.
They sort of tangled up with a high-tension wire.
And the plane?
Melted.
Yeah, we're broke, I guess. Well, I don't know how we're going to get out of this, but I don't think we ought to give up yet.
That may be okay for you, Marv. You're single. But I got 2 kids to think about.
Yeah, and I got a wife, Marv.
Today, just before you got in, Don and Curly and me had an offer, and we just gotta have some dough coming in all the time, and...
Wait a minute. You trying to tell you sold your stock?
I couldn't afford not to.
Nor I. Guess Don did, too.
Who'd want to buy stock in this bankrupt outfit? Sounds screwy to me.
Well, this dame just popped in here and said she was interested in the air cargo racket.
A dame? A brunette about so high?
That's right.
Ah, couldn't be. How could she get here ahead of us? Besides, she was going back to New York.
She double-crossed you. She must have been able to get a plane out of Tulsa before we were loaded with gas.
She thinks she can get everything she wants, huh? Well, this time she's in for a real jolt. Okay, guys, let's break it up. I'll talk to you about it when I know more about this.
Okay, Marv. See you.
Hey, what are you doing here? You better not let Marv see you.
Oh, tell me, how angry is he?
I've never seen him like this before.
Tell me, isn't there one single thing I could do that would break him down?
Outside of shooting yourself? No.
Oh, not even if I...
What? You did...
What do you think?
All I can say is if anything would do it, that would.
He told me you were angry. He's right.
There's just one thing I want to know. Why are you buying up Pain Air?
Pain Air? I'm not buying it up. I'm just investing a little money in it.
And what person, a guy in his right mind or woman in his right mind, invests in a bankrupt outfit? Answer me that.
Who says it's bankrupt? All you need is a little new equipment. You'll be back on your feet in no time. We might all make a lot of money a lot faster than you think. And then as president of Pain Air, you might be able to afford a wife before 1956.
Well, I got news for you. I'm no longer president of Pain Air. I've resigned as of right now.
Oh, that's stubborn and ungrateful of you after all the trouble
I'm not going to work for any woman, Mrs. Bascom.
You didn't hear what I said. I went to an awful lot of trouble, but I'm not Mrs. Bascom any longer. I'm Miss Dilward as of an hour ago.
Well, you're still a woman.
Yeah. I'm just enough woman to be in love with you.
Get someone else to run your outfit for you.
Oh, stop talking. You're just talking because you're afraid to admit you're in love with me. You are, aren't you? Well, look around, aren't you? Well, aren't you?
Come on now, hold off. Every time I get close to you, I get all mixed up and I don't know what to think.
Who asked you to think?
Break it up. There's trouble outside and it's coming closer every minute.
Well, I got my own trouble in here.
I warned you he was coming.
Oh, Henry, what are you doing here?
I came to see Mr. Payne. You are Mr. Payne, I believe?
I am.
Then you are responsible, in part at least, for my having had at some expense and inconvenience to make this trip to California.
I didn't ask you to come here, but
that I know. It is the late Mrs. Bascom's doing. I did not come here to argue with you, Mr. Payne, nor to recriminate. I came to warn you.
Yeah? About what?
I would not have another man go through what I have been through this past week. And since it appears that Miss Dilward is about to do to you what she did to me...
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that to a dog.
I would like to point out, Mr. Payne, that some women are not to be trusted even on bounded oath. Miss Dilward is one. Despite her family and her name,
She is as despicable and low, as dishonorable...
Hold on a
and
minute, Mr. Bascom. I don't think I like anyone talking that way about the woman I'm going to marry.
That's very honorable of you, Mr. Payne, I'm sure. But let me tell you that...
No, I don't think I will. Matter of fact, you just reminded me of a piece of unfinished business that we have together, and I'm just in the mood to finish it.
Oh, now, Mr. Payne, please, let me warn you, not again.
You have nothing to say about this, sir.
Very well. If you insist.
Give him the cigarette, quick. Are you hurt, Dad?
I'll live, I guess.
Hey, look at that Connie. Did you ever see anything more beautiful in your whole life?
I don't have to see it. I can hear that.
Take a look.
What is it?
We need some new equipment, you know. Isn't she beautiful?
She sure is. And she makes beautiful music. 10,000 voices singing.
That's our music, Mom. Our wedding march.
I always thought a woman was a beautiful thing. But now, wow!
This program was presented by arrangement with Universal International Pictures. Producers of Bend of the River, starring James Stewart, Arthur Kennedy, Julia Adams, and Rock Hudson, with color by Technicolor. This is Paul Brenson saying goodnight for Westinghouse. We've made more than 40 million products for the American home. We hope you'll be with us again next week. Until next week, good night. Miss McLeod's dresses by Larry Aldrich, furs by Arnheimer. Technical advice and equipment through George Winslow of American Airlines. Portions of this program are on film. This is CBS, the CBS Television Network.